review of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And today we're looking at chapter 1. We started reviewing this book yesterday, where we laid a foundation on how one says no one, no one is crazy when it comes to how they behave. Let me tell you about a problem. It might make you feel better about what you do with your money and make you feel less judgmental about what others do with their money. Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. You are most welcome. So sit back and relax as we delve into this review to see why nobody's crazy when it comes to what they do or not do with their money. Thank you so much. People do some crazy things with money, but no one is crazy. Here's the thing. People from different backgrounds, different generations, incomes, and held different values in different parts of the world, born into different economies, experiencing different job markets, with different incentives and different degrees of luck, learn very different lessons. Everyone has their own unique experiences with how the world works. What you experience or what you have experienced is more compared that your first-hand experiences will hold more water in your life than what somebody teaches you or the do's and don'ts of life that, hey, don't do this, save this amount, invest this, and all of that. Your financial life will be more or less shaped, more strongly shaped by your upbringing, your first-hand experiences, your background, your financial situation, and so on, right? So all of us, you, me, everyone, go through life anchored to a set of views about how money works that vary widely from person to person. So what seems crazy to you may make perfect sense to me. I may think that, oh, once I make any little money, I'm supposed to spend it on myself, enjoy myself, live for today. Some people believe, oh, I should live for today. Any money I make, I should use it to enjoy today, live a good life today. Tomorrow is going to take care of itself. And some other people believe that, well, any money that I make, I have to save, I have to invest, I have to plan for tomorrow so that I don't suffer tomorrow. So in essence, your beliefs or your perspective is shaped by different factors, just like we have said. The person who grew up in ways the child of a wealthy banker cannot fathom if he tries. Somebody who is managing right now or who lived all his life managing, oh, you must not waste things, oh, you must manage this, even up to toothpaste and everything. When the toothpaste is finished, they have to cut the bottom and stick the toothbrush inside to scoop whatever. You must scoop everything out, Even when the person becomes rich, that idea may not leave this while growing up into adulthood, that nothing must wait. You cut off the bottom, put your toothpaste inside, things like that. Meanwhile, some people will find it weird, like, why would you do that? Once it's finished, you throw it away and get a new one. The person who grew up when inflation was high experienced something the person who grew up with stable prices never had to. The stockbroker who lost everything during the Great Depression in America experienced something the tech worker basking in the glory of the late 1990s cannot imagine. So there are several examples, right, to portray how people behave with money based on their experiences. You may know stuff about money that I don't know, and I may know things about money that you don't know. You go through life with different beliefs, goals, and forecasts than I do, or different from what I know. That's not because one of us is smarter than the other or has better information. It is because we've had different lives shaped by different and equally persuasive experiences. Your personal experiences with money make up maybe 0.0000001% of what has happened in the world. But maybe your experiences make up how you see how the world works, how money should be spent, how money should be made. and things like that. A lot of people can disagree about it because some people who are financially smart will give you the rules. So you must save at least 10%, you must invest this, you mustn't spend more than 70% and all of that. But at the end of the day, whether you follow these rules will determine on your experiences. Sometimes we judge people based on how they spend money, or we ask them, why are you not saving? Why are you not investing? But truly, people who lost a lot of money when the stock market crashed, let me use Nigeria as an example. People who are much older than us who lost a lot of money. I remember then I too was saving with a group of people. We're trying to plan our financial future, and we're contributing a certain amount every month, and we invested a part of it in agricultural stocks and everything. Until today, we didn't even, let me not talk for I didn't get anything because the stock market crashed greatly that year and we lost a lot of money. For me, it didn't hit me so strongly, right? Because, okay, I may say, how much did I even contribute? Or I was still young. I can still get my life back. But I can only imagine somebody who put all his gratuity, pension, and all of that into stocks at that time, and the market crashed. Now you cannot easily convince this person to come and invest into stocks again. Their mind may be closed forever against investing in stocks, because you can only probably just try to feel what they feel, but you really cannot feel the emotional scars that this person has. Somebody who has had his fingers burnt so many times while trying to invest, maybe had been duped, scammed, right? The person may just resort to enjoying him or herself in the moment, saying, I will never invest again. Well, anything that will happen later, let it happen. I will live for today, and I'm not going to try and invest anymore. So we really cannot feel the emotional scars of people when they've gone through so many bad experiences with money. That's why we shouldn't be judgmental, right? Or shouldn't be too hard on people. Even though we cannot deny the fact that some people make some unwise decisions. It is not about the experiences or anything. They just decide to make some unwise decisions about money, right? And you see, there's also an example here about Germany and Japan when the local stock markets were wiped out during World War II and the entire regions were bombed out. And it was at the end of the war. At the end of the war, German farms only produced enough food to provide the country's citizen with 1,000 calories a day. At the same period, in America, the stock market more than doubled from 1941 to the end of 1945. The economy was the strongest, right? So people in Germany and Japan at this time were even struggling to eat. Let an American now go and tell them, oh, it is time to save and invest. What do you think their reactions would be? That is exactly what we're saying here. The American may feel, oh, are you crazy? Don't you think you should save and invest? But look at them, they're just struggling to eat. Like sometimes when I advise people, oh, you need to save, you need to invest, you need to plan your financial future. Some just put up a defense like, when we have not even eaten, right? And that is understandable. People who have not eaten, you really cannot convince them to save and invest, even though we know that this is the right thing to do. So many times we know the right thing to do based on the rules, based on our spreadsheets, our knowledge and everything. But our experiences and sometimes our folly do not allow us to do all of this. Let me say this. No one should expect members of these groups, Japan and German, to go through the rest of their lives thinking the same thing about inflation, including the Americans, or the stock market, or unemployment, or money in general. No one should expect them to respond to financial information the same way. No one should assume that they are influenced by the same incentives. No one should expect them to trust the same sources of advice. No one should expect them to agree on what matters or what does not matter, or what is worth it, what is likely to happen next, or the best path forward. Their view of money was formed in different worlds and by different circumstances. And when that is the case, a view about money that one group of people thinks is outrageous can make perfect sense to another, right? Just like an example here, there is an example here of a few years ago when the New York Times did a story on the working conditions of Foxconn, which happens to be a big Taiwanese electronics manufacturer. And when people read the story, they usually got upset. Like, how can this company be treating people under such poor conditions? But one person made a comment with regards to her aunt, a Chinese worker, you know, her nephew, yes, made this comment. The guy said, and I think I've read this story in one of the other previous books that we've read. The guy said that he saw it in a different way. Even though Americans would be angry that how can this Taiwan company be treating people like this? The work conditions were so poor. But this guy said, well, his aunt was working in a sweatshop, what Americans would call sweatshops, right? It was hard work, long hours, small wage, poor working conditions, and all of that. But before his aunt started working there, she was a prostitute. So she would rather work hard, do a dignifying job, and earn very little than allow men to exploit her body and give her pennies. So she would rather be exploited, knowing fully well that she's working with her hands. The job is dignifying enough, even though she's not earning so much and the conditions are not so good. Right. This is now her comparing her two conditions. Would she rather continue as a prostitute, or she would rather go and do this hard labor with poor conditions, and at night she'll be able to sleep better, right? So Americans that were judging, okay, how is this company treating people well? They are also not seeing it from the perspective of those from poor companies who would even be grateful that they have such jobs to do at all, that this electronics company has even created employment for so many people. And this is why we should not be judgmental. Somebody from Nigeria, for example, where the government is not supportive, where you have to create virtually everything for yourself, you have to connect your own electricity, you have to fix your own road. If you don't buy generator, you most likely be in darkness. You dig your own borehole so that you get clean water. You are responsible for virtually everything in Nigeria, right? So you cannot compare the conditions of so many people who would struggle to do all of these things, struggle to go to school, no student loan, even though they say there is. I don't know how effective it is. You have to struggle through school. The government is not supporting you, at least not substantially. You create everything for yourself. The person graduates and still struggles to find jobs, still struggles to do business, raise money. Loans are not easily accessible. And if this person is trying to make ends meet and struggling, it is not going to be wise to now compare the life of this person to somebody in a place like the United Kingdom, where the government is more supportive, where the environment alone has some advantages, where the citizens have some natural advantages, right? So if this Nigerian behaves in a way with money, a British may feel, oh, what he's doing is crazy. Why is he behaving like that? But truly, our behaviors with money are shaped by our experiences. Yeah, you struggle for virtually everything. And if anybody that makes it under such conditions should really be praised. You see, our conditions differ and all of that. That's just the essence of what we're saying. Let me quickly get to it. So every decision people make with money is justified by taking the information they have at the moment and plugging it into their unique mental model of how the world works. Sometimes people justify their decisions. It may be wise or unwise decisions, but they try to condition their minds to say, oh, this is how it should be, based on the information that they have, based on their experiences or things that they have gone through in life. And a very good example is given here. It is said that in America, the lowest income households in the US on average spend $412 on lotto tickets, 4 times the amount of those in the highest income groups. 40% of Americans, is said, cannot afford up to $400 in an emergency. And it was discovered that it was those people buying lotto tickets, playing lottery, that are also this set of people that cannot afford $400 emergency funds, right? Which means that it is these same people, they are blowing their safety nets on something with a 1 in a million chance of hitting it big. And this is not peculiar to America. Even if you come to Nigeria, who are the people playing lottery or lotto? Let me not say lottery, lotto the most. We sometimes call it Baba Jebu, you know. It is low income earners. They will go there, oh, what's the number? What's the number? Low income earners for something that has a very slim chance of making them rich. But why do they do this? Lottery, okay. But why do they do this? Why do they do this? The author tried to make a justification for them that maybe some of them would think, at least we don't have access to the best things that the rich people have access to. We don't have money to go on vacation. We don't have money to send our children to the best schools. We don't have money to read some finance books that would make us rich, or have access to the privileges that the rich people have access to. So buying a lottery ticket is the only time in our lives we can hold a tangible dream of getting the good stuff that you already have and take for granted, the good stuff that the rich people already have and take for granted. So they think that with their money, they can actually buy good luck. They can buy riches that, oh, maybe one day they are going to hit it big. They will hit that number that will make them millionaires. So they are trying to pay for a dream. And you may not understand that because you're already living a dream. So people who are already living a dream, who are already millionaires, may not understand why somebody will wake up in the morning and go to a lottery shop, spend all the money that he has, money that he struggled to make in a whole month, and go and play it on lotto. A rich person may not understand this, right? That's why we buy more ticket than you do. This is the author trying to make justifications for them. Like I said, it's not peculiar to America. Recently, somebody was telling me that somebody paid 2.2 billion naira as tax. Not the entire money that he made for the year, this year, 2024. That is the tax he paid, 2.2 billion naira. And what does this person do? Lotto. Lotto. People just come to his shop. They come and play lotto. He has different branches, right? That is to tell you a lot of money go into it. I know somewhere in South Africa, in Johannesburg, where people go to play the casino. You know, they go to play casino, and this is like everywhere, just like you said. It is a global phenomenon. But by and large, to be buying lotto tickets when you are broke is still a bad idea. It is a way of wasting your money. You are gambling with your money. Your money is going. You're only enriching the pockets of the people operating this business. Right? And that is why people will always play it. They give themselves false hope, just like you said. False hope, always dreaming. And it is very addictive. Once you put a little money there, you feel like, oh, maybe let me put some more. Maybe I'll gain more. Let me put some more. Maybe I'll gain more, right? And a time in America, it was also said that people were not saving and investing towards their retirement. People would work. In fact, at a point, 50% of the workforce were 65 years and above, people that ought to have retired. But they couldn't retire because there is nothing to fall back on. It was later that the idea of people saving and investing towards retirement came. Right. So different experiences shape our behavior with money. But then one thing that we should know, that whatever our behavior with money is, there are consequences to it. Whether we are well informed or we are not well informed, whether we are doing the right thing or we're not doing the right thing, whether that is your experiences or not, there are consequences to it. If you have good and positive behavior towards money, you will enjoy money. And if you have negative behaviors towards money, probably based on your negative experiences, the consequences are also there. So we all do crazy stuff with money because we are all relatively new to this game. And what looks crazy to you might make sense to me. but no one is crazy. We all make decisions based on our own unique experiences that seem to make sense to us in a given moment. Right. In the next chapter, we're going to be learning about how Bill Gates got rich. I really cannot wait to review that. But for now, we've come to the end of chapter 1. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video. Share your comments with me in the comment section below. And please subscribe to this channel in case you're yet to subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady. And on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. In case we are just joining, this is the book that we're reviewing, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. All right. Yes, I'm going to see you when next I see you by God's grace. I don't think we're going to have a review tomorrow. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Then on Christmas Day, we're going on a break. Boxing Day, yeah. Probably will come again to review by Friday. Right. Thank you so much. Even our government officials use money to play this. Really, yeah. Can you imagine? Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Have a good one. Do everything responsibly as you celebrate Christmas. Thank you, and be intentional. Bye.